All right, here's the second part of the video. The first one just got cut off. So we're going through the top 200 momentum names. Okay, if you missed the first part, go to my profile, find it. We already jotted down three names, possible trades for tomorrow, and one for later on this week. And basically, what we're looking for is we're looking for stocks that have high momentum, which is what we're looking at right now. And now we're looking for stocks that are going through some type of consolidation, uh, and are getting ready for their second leg higher. So let's keep going. CYH. Let's see here. Right. So right now, at least for this month, it's important to know when the next earnings date is for each individual stock, because as far as earnings are concerned, you pretty have no edge whatsoever. You might get the numbers right, but the reaction is what matters. All right. So here's a stock. Okay. Big move, huge volume, 21 million shares. This is the anchor VWAP from that day. So something like this that moved, I got it, for example, flagged because I want to keep a close eye on this. So when this sets up, um, I'm ready to to buy it, because again, you have to assume that this big day here, 21 million shares, whoever made this huge stock that has a market cap of 55 billion move like this probably has more to buy, and probably knows that this is a game changing story here. That's just all assumptions. But what we're doing is we're just following what the big money is doing for the most part. Like I said before, so far I think we came across maybe one name that's a known name, BIIB, which is Biogen. When you're looking at the hot with stocks with the highest momentum, that if you look at the studies, momentum has worked for a very long time. The stocks with the high momentum continue to run higher. For the most part, the top 200, top 250 are going to be unknown names for the most part. See, here's another one. So we know that the shippers have been doing okay. Here's DHT. Nice little move higher. Prints an inside day. I like the stock going through here. This high, which is 789. My buy stop on something like this would be 799 with a stop right over here. The low here is 755. Call it 745, 740. Someone asked me about this stock, Rite Aid. Here's another stock very similar to HOV and Fran that we spoke about in the first video, Left for the Dead. There's a 1 for 20 reverse split. All this means very simply, the stock is in a tremendous downtrend. Sellers are in control, okay? That's obvious. But here, the sellers and buyers found some type of equilibrium. The sellers are running out of stock and the buyers are now buying a little bit more perhaps, okay? And then they start to take control. How do we know that? Here's that low, higher low, higher low. This stock's been trading for the most part roughly, call it six and a quarter, maybe even $7, okay? $6.75 and $10 a share. So I like this stock. I mean, it was up 7% on Friday, 810 million shares. Could that be right? That's got to be wrong. It's got a small float. Market cap 495 million. Either way, look, I don't like buying stocks that are up 7% in a day or buying it afterwards. But this one's on watch. I think this one here with the proper momentum, proper market environment, even tomorrow going through 1020, it can have a nice run. NTNX, here's one I took on Friday. Going through this high. It's got a little, nice momentum. Stock is up. Nice little consolidation. As you can see here, the candles, they start to tighten up. Inside day, I bought it through this high, 29.41. My stop loss is right over here at 28.30. HIB, another name. Okay, not for me right now, but I did a trade right over here. Here's a stock that went from 16 to 22. I don't chase these type of moves. All right, so the market, most individual stocks, they move in short-term bursts that might last 3 to 5 days. This is the exception. Okay, I don't catch FOMO, but I wait for the consolidation and then try to take advantage of this move here, which I did. Hopped on board, got off right over here. MDCO. Look, this stock here is setting up, obviously, but it's not ready yet. At least not for me. So far, none of these names are the no names. Not yet, anyways. MIK. Here's another one. Look at the volume, 17 million shares, 7 million, 8 million, 12.5, 11 million. Hittite flag. What is a Hittite flag? Stock goes up 80 to 100% within 5 weeks. Consolidates for 5 weeks, doesn't go down more than 20%. What happens here? It goes up, sideways, inside day. This is where I got involved. Took advantage of this little bump higher, then it was over. But the same thing as HOV and Fran. These stocks were, just being sold and sold and sold. Hit 52-week low after 52-week low. And then when we had that value momentum switch flipped last month or in September, these stocks took off. The so-called value plays and the beaten up plays. This stock up big on whatever, probably FDA news. All you have to do now is wait for the proper, a little bit more consolidation, tighter candles, and then get on board again for the second move higher. For the most part, when you have a stock with fresh momentum, you're not going to catch that first move. That's almost impossible unless you know the story beforehand and you bought the stock and then you caught that move. That's great, but for most players, they're not going to catch this move. What you want to wait is for that first consolidation and catch the second move. ACAT, another example. This is why you don't catch FOMO. Up 22 million, up 20 million shares that day. Huge volume for this stock. Up 63% on the dementia drug, looking for approval in 2020. Don't catch FOMO. Stocks go up and down. Here's what happens. It goes up. Okay, this is where you get the alerts. Breakaway gap. Things don't break away like they used to before. Okay, they have a big day and that's pretty much it for a while. What happens here? Consolidates. Look at all these loose candles. Here, it starts to get tighter. Had it on my list here. Inside day. Inside day. These two did not go to the previous day high. Did not go to the previous day high. So on my list, here, here, here. Finally on 1021. Through previous day high. Triggered. Right at the open, volume bust, boom, nice move. Consolidates, got long here again. Sold on this day, I believe, right before the numbers came out. Here's another one, ARDX. On my list for the last few days, almost triggered here. High here was 512. I had a buy stop at 522. Got up to 520. Okay, but they report on the 6th. So I don't think I'll take it. But here you have a big day of 19 million shares. Biotech stock, probably some type of, whatever, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 announcement or something, some type of study. Stock goes up huge. Then it consolidates. Look at this VWAP, this anchor VWAP from that day, which like I said in the first video, I believe that anchor VWAP by Brian Shannon, I think it's a great indicator. Look how it respects this VWAP. I don't think it's a coincidence that it's been resistance here. Okay, if this looks great. The stock prints an inside day right over here. Okay, high 511, 11.6. I might take this if they report in the afternoon, because this can easily go up 10 to 15%. I like the stock going to 512, buy stop 522, original stop right over here at this low, which is 478. DOCU is another one. DOCU, big day here, 26 million shares in earnings. Here you got, whoever bought this breakaway gap, probably made some money. I waited for the consolidation. Got involved here on 10.3. Stock pulls back to what? The average VWAP. Got involved here, the anchor VWAP. Got involved here through this high. Nice little move higher. Sets up again. Got involved here and got rid of it. Meat, 9.2 million shares, goes from 350 to 450. Again, unless you own the stock beforehand, because of the fundamental story, you're not going to catch this move. It's okay. You wait for the consolidation. Here's the anchor VWAP. Look how it respects that VWAP. Right over here as well. I got involved right over here. A little move higher. They report this week. FRO, TSC, MPAA, KBH, RS. All right, so we went through 210 names. How long is this video so far? Okay, this is way too long. Went through 210 names. So far I came across 2, 4, 6 names. Some of them are in the first video. Fran, Pets, Tesla, DHT, RAD, and ARDX. Okay, now let's see if we have any questions online. All right, a couple of questions. Oil stocks, with all the alternative energy sources coming online. What about the oil stocks? The oil stocks have been dead, so I don't know exactly what alternative energy you're talking about. But solar, I don't know, but these stocks have been dead for a long time, and it looks like they're trying to find a bottom. Gold currency in a crashing market. Well, first we need a crash, and number two, then we need to figure out if people will actually buy gold because we're crashing. That's been, it's happened in the past. I don't bet in crashing markets. That's just something that doesn't happen too often. And I don't know what you consider a crash, right? So 20% is a bear market, 10% is a correction. A crash is, 50%. U.S. stock market during and after election, if corruption is widespread. I don't know. They said that we had corruption in 2016, and the market has done pretty well ever since then. What is the top for the S&P 500 going to be when you stop shorting? That'll be the top. I have a short put on the SPY at 185. Any hope for me? Well, if you're short a put, that means that you're bullish. Maybe you meant you're long a put. If you're long a put, 185, no, that's a long way out. I guess it depends how much time you got. All right, let's see here. We have any other questions here? How can traders adapt to market rotation from growth to value? A lot of momentum stocks took big hits, and recent momentum plays haven't worked as well as before. What are ways to identify the new market leaders, right? So one way to do it is just to take a look at the best performing stocks recently, all right? Take a look at the best performing stocks in the last 25 days, and you might find clues there. You might see what's working. And like I said in the video, in the first video, in this video, you're not going to catch that first move. So that first Momo to value move, chances are that you're not going to catch it. If it's going to last, you're going to see some type of consolidation and move higher. And you want to catch that second leg higher. Is all-time highs a time to buy breakouts and regular stocks? Yeah, I think I mentioned that in the first video. Look, there's certain times that the market is trading at 52-week highs, but yet, individual swing trading, might not be doing as great, all right? And I think over the last month, I think it's been a real grind compared to before the Fed met on September 19th. I don't believe in buying all-time highs blindly. The market goes up and down from highs, from lows, from all-time highs. I just don't believe in buying, like, for example, here's an all-time high. Buy it here, and it's going to go straight up, and you're not going to feel any pain. It just doesn't work that way. Here, 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 here. Who knows what's going to happen here? But the indices, unlike individual names for the most part, are mean reverting vehicles. I don't think you want to chase them. I'd rather buy this at 306 after a nice consolidation than right after, a 16-point move. Okay? How should a trader view and trade the breakout in the SPY last week? How have past breakouts performed? Is this up and away? Or, look, no one knows what's going to happen. For me, what's important to me above all else is how are the individual names underneath the surface behaving and trading, and are they moving? Are they triggering? Are they going up 3 to 5 days? Or are they just failing on the second day? Would you like your near-term input on Google and Amazon? Thanks. Well, all right, so Google, the one without the L. I bought this on Friday, 11-1 long, 1268 down 1, 2, 3 days in a row, and up today through the high. So like I said in the first video, in the short term, I believe that what works best is momentum and mean reversion. This to me is a type of a mean reversion type trade where we have a pattern of lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. Here's the break of that pattern. So I'm long through this high here, okay? My original stop was 1250.84. That stop as of Friday, as of the close, now goes up to here, 1260.50. So in a trade like this, I want that first day, the first couple of days, to be my biggest risk. And then once the stock gives me the opportunity to raise the stop like Google did on Friday, I'm going to raise that stop, and I'm doing it without choking the trade. Amazon. Yeah. Amazon, I was tempted to buy here after this inside day. I always keep track of the big names when they print inside days, because it just doesn't happen too often. And this one did a beautiful inside day because the volume was down significantly as well. but I did not take it. It looks okay. I mean, I would wait for me. I would wait for a better setup. Or if it retakes, 1800 and the 200-day moving average, it might be a go. With a stop right over here at 1742. Okay. Look, it's important. You have to use stops. Okay. Every trade is random and unique. All right. So you can have 20 trades, and you can flip a coin that is gonna turn heads 70% of the time. You can do that, but you're still not gonna know the sequence of head and tails. So it's important that you take the trade when they come, you take the stop as they come, and you keep going. And think, you just don't think one trade at a time. Think a series of trades, 20, 25 trades at a time. Okay, that pretty much does it. For those of you who didn't watch the first video, I'm going to provide the link right underneath so you can watch that as well. And again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names, 6 potential trades, okay, which I gave you buy stops and sell stops for tomorrow, and one BBBY that might set up for later on this week. So trade them well and be well.